Welcome back to the Whiskey House Pub House. My name's Dylan.
My name's Liquor Boy.
Today we're gonna confront some rumors about a particular very budget bourbon. Let's get into it. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. We're back in the the whiskey. What do we call this place?
Clofus?
The Clofus, the Whiskey Clofus. Obviously, not joining us today, Zach Carter. This was kind of a just a improv to Liquor Boy and I talked about it, but that was about it. And as you can see, there is very limited space at this table. So
yeah,
but we're trying a different format.
I'm liking it.
You liking it? It's more direct.
I'm quite liking it.
Yeah. So hopefully this is something that you enjoy, and if you like, you can just comment like this video or do whatever. And then we're going to keep hopefully the down to a minimum, the microphones.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll try our darndest. Well, we got to get something in our glass, I think.
Yeah.
So what did you bring us today?
So it's a new distillery out of Minnesota, Spring Valley, Minnesota. It's called The Traditionalist. It is the same. It was started by the, I believe it's Four Daughters winery.
Okay.
Down there. And they just started doing this maybe 6 months ago, because we saw them at the state fair. They just had like a couple of their bottles just with the labels on it. They didn't even have any whiskey in them.
Sure.
That's where I first saw them, and then I saw them at South Lindale Liquors. That was the first place. That was the first place in the state that actually got them. And I went there for a tasting, and so they have their classic, and the high rye, and then a wheat run, and then they have a distillery exclusive, the cherry smoked. Which is 85% corn and 15% cherry wood smoked barley.
Let's see. So where are they out of? Spring Valley. Okay.
Yep. So just south of Rochester. First batch of all this stuff. It says a minimum of 2 years. So I mean, it's young stuff.
Sure.
But you know, I like trying the local brands.
The local brands. You're really a well-traveled man, aren't you?
I know.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I mean, I like the nose. It's not. I think you told me that before we started, it was 2 years old.
Yep.
Which doesn't mean it's bad.
No.
But when you hear 2 years old, it's in the back of your head.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But
is
it the? I don't know if it's like because it's the cherry smoked, but it does smell like cherry on the nose, but also brown sugar, molasses.
It smells like banana bread.
Yeah, no, that's a good descriptor. It's a little grainy, kind of like that breadiness.
Is that so it's malted barley, right?
Yes. Well,
cherry wood smoked, or is it just a barley?
Yeah. The 15% barley that's in here is cherry wood smoked barley.
Okay.
45% alcohol.
Yep. Yeah. So I was talking to, when I went to the tasting at South Lindale Liquors, It was one of their distillers that was there, and he said that this is a very limited run. This might be the only run that they ever do with this.
Why?
Because they're just trying to figure out what they want to do.
So they're just still in the phases of, they haven't nailed anything down as far as this is our staple product.
Right.
Okay. Dang it. That's not going to be good. It's got a little bit of a green vegetation on the front, but it does have a nice, it's actually very floral too. So not only is it a little bit vegetal, but it does have like a floral quality to it. It's a little bit licoricey on the back, black licorice.
Yeah, I can see that.
But it's not simple. It's not like a youthy flavor to it.
Mm-hmm.
The vegetal is just it's just green, bright, and then leads into a floral note.
Yeah. I've never had a cherrywood smoked anything. I don't know how common that is, but
I think we talked about it's on the shelf. I can see it right next to the camera. It's the Bardstown rye, the origin.
Okay, yep.
I think, does that not have cherry malted rye?
I'm not sure.
I think it does. But
That sounds really good.
I wasn't a huge fan of it. I
Okay.
need to revisit it. Maybe we'll have it on a solo episode or something. But no, not feeling it too much. This, on the other hand, I feel like this is actually pretty decent. How much was this?
$40.
Okay.
All of their expressions right now are $40. And so when I first heard about the cherry smoked, I heard that it was just a distillery exclusive, but I was down in Rochester on Sunday, and I went to a Hy-Vee, and they had them. So I was planning on going to the distillery to get that bottle.
Yeah.
But I think they just got very local distribution of that specific bottle.
Sure. Cool.
Yeah. I'm actually pretty impressed. I have the wheat run at home. I should have brought that one too, but definitely not this good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You can definitely taste the lack of age on that.
Okay. Do you know what barrel sizes they're using or anything?
I believe they're full 53 gallons.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be fun to figure that out. I guess go down and visit or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's only an hour and 20 minutes from here, so.
The oh man, what was the other? So you said they're all kind of priced around the $40 for the other.
Yep.
How many other releases?
So there's the
do they
classic,
have?
the high rye, and the wheat run.
Okay.
So I mean, some interesting stuff.
Well, the other thing to talk about too is this doesn't have any rye in it. It's just a
Right.
heavy corn.
Yep. I should look up what the mash bill is on the wheat run.
Well, there's at least 658 bottles of this run.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So says the bottle. Yeah, I think it's an interesting sipper on its own for $40. I think it makes sense to the pricing that you're getting it for.
Right.
It's not a Kentucky bourbon. So if that's what you like, it's good on its own.
Yeah,
is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good pickup.
Because I just opened it now, and I was almost disappointed on the wheat run, but this one is actually quite surprising how much I'm enjoying it.
Well, As is customary for us to always talk about what's going on with you. Anything new? What's going on in Liquor Boy's life?
Not a whole lot. Just getting ready for the Kentucky trip in September. That'll be...
Oh, we're going to Kentucky?
I mean, we'll see. That's the plan. We all know how that went last year. Yeah, just getting tours booked and...
Because you got to sign up for the Buffalo Trace stuff.
Yep, the 24th.
That's Rob.
Yep, 9. Mm.
Hopefully it goes better than the Wild Turkey 15-year one that,
my goodness,
for us happened
that
yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday morning at 11. That was rough.
I saw the Facebook, bourbon groups.
Yep.
Everyone was just like, I had it in my cart and it disappeared, along with everyone else that had it in their cart.
Mm-hmm.
Website crashed hard.
Like 6 times.
Oh yeah.
It kept coming back and crashing immediately.
Have you ever done any other drops like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The one that I got, the E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof.
Sure.
Theirs was flawless.
Yeah, but that was a single liquor store. That was a single liquor store.
Yeah, that is true. It wasn't
Wild Turkey.
Thousands and thousands of people. Probably tens of thousands.
Yep.
Yeah, that was interesting, but
I've heard good things about it, the 15-year.
Yeah, so have I. A lot of people say that they're kind of surprised because, it's only 2 more years from the 13.
Yeah, but it's a completely different set of barrels.
Right. That's like, I don't know how much.
I mean, it's not. Here's the thing: it is not just 2 more years. It's never just.
Oh, right.
An excess, like an increase of the age statement.
Yeah.
It's always like they're pulled from different, like the proportions of where they're pulled from are different.
Mm-hmm.
The different oxidation, different barrel ages or whatever.
And it was very specifically proof down to 117.2, I believe.
Yeah.
So that was, as I've heard, that was Eddie's little baby that he dealt with. That was his project.
Well, it says in the press release that was like the perfect proof point that Eddie liked,
mm-hmm.
or found that it was the best at.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'll trust him.
And we kind of have to. There's not. You don't really have another choice. It's like, I don't trust him.
If I meet him down in Kentucky, I'm going to tell him he was wrong.
Yeah, I think you should.
I would never do that.
Well, it is interesting because Jimmy's always gone on record as saying that the best age range for turkey is like the 8.
Right.
So it is a little bit. I mean, it's not bad that
it's
they're
just
coming
different.
out with older stuff, but it is interesting that they're not. I guess what I'm trying to say that most people, I think, prefer age on it,
mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I always like listening to Jimmy's reasoning on the having a slightly younger
mm-hmm.
age statement on the turkey products.
Yeah,
around that 8 years, but alas, we did not get ours.
Nope.
Maybe we'll find it, but I'm not too mad about it either because it was $250.
Yeah, but I mean,
you would want one.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Like after having your Russell's 13,
that was it was a disappointment for us.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm such a big wild turkey guy, it was good. It's not worth the hype that everyone has been saying. But that being said, I do really want to try the Rickhouse.
Oh, it's fantastic.
How you had it at
we
at
had
Ace.
it at Ace. They had the the drawings for some of the allocated stuff. And
yep.
Usually you're always fortunate enough to try some of them
mm-hmm.
before they do the raffles. So they, keep a bottle back for tasting. And I think we had the first one, the first Rickhouse and it was really good. That was the best turkey product I've ever had.
You know, I saw on Facebook the other day, every once in a while they'll throw a couple bottles out at the distillery.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah, maybe you'll get lucky when you're down there.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. The other part I always have trouble with is like I asked a question, how's it going?
Yeah.
And then when it comes to be my turn, I don't have anything.
I can keep going.
Oh no, I think we should probably get to the news at some point, but I feel like it is my turn to say what's new.
What's new with you, Dylan?
Not much, as it turns out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still working out. I think I told Zach that last time, but probably be down in Florida December, so everything's kind of revolving around that.
Yep.
For Sam's wedding, my brother's wedding, but we'll see. I'm bummed out. I'm missing out on the Kentucky trip this year.
But I mean, you'll get to do some hunting down in Florida though.
Well, I won't have a car though, so it's not like I'm going to be able to just go on my own.
You should rent a car.
No, I'm not. Florida sucks. I'm not going to drive down there.
Yes, it does.
I am trying to figure out if I can either persuade or figure out a way to swing by Kentucky on the way back up if we drive. Because that would be nice. Make a stop.
Well, I mean, you have to drive through Kentucky. I mean, just like the corner of it, but probably wouldn't add too much longer. And I mean, you'd probably stop there for the night.
No, yeah, make the detour down there. If I can manage the time and hit it when things are open, that would be the play to do. But
maybe stop in Nashville and then hit Kentucky on your way home.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. Well, yeah, hopefully I find. I don't know. I'm also trying to cut back a little bit and stuff. I want to get, I set up this stuff. There's certain equipment that would make things easier and also I think improve overall, like better mic arms, maybe a different soundboard where you have more features, or even like an actual camera too. I mean, this is
not your phone.
This is actually pretty decent. I'll be honest, it's not bad. I'm not complaining about it, but I would like to get a camera, and then have my phone here. So just looking at those things, but we should probably get to our news now.
Yeah, I think so.
So our very on time, what am I looking for? Very regular news section. Whiskey House Pub House's news segment. Get to the intro. All right. So for news, what we got today? I have sent myself a couple things.
Yep.
I think one of them is a topic that you are going to cover. So I'll just rip this other one from you before you have a chance. I just saw this pop up on Coming to Whiskey, so I don't have any like article to read this time because I'm ill prepared for it because I forgot. But the looks like Penelope is applied to the TTB for a label request. Penelope Estate Collection. Looks like it's a straight bourbon, 10 years, single barrel.
Yeah, I saw that.
What? Excuse me? Age statements coming out for single barrel products?
What's the age statement on it?
Well, it could be a placeholder, but it says 10 years.
I mean, it is MGP, so
right.
Could be any number of things.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean? Oh, his age?
For age.
If the age, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. The placeholder for the proof is also, 100 proof. It does have the mash bill listed on there, 75 corn, 4 barley, 21 malt. Or no, excuse me, rye. 21 rye.
Sounds pretty good.
That's been my ill-prepared news segment. I think that'll be pretty good. Who knows what the availability is going to be?
Yeah, that will be something else to consider. I I just got a little article on the new release from Old Forester on the oh crap, what is it called? The 117 series.
Okay. I'm gonna try this Magnificent Beast since my glass is empty. This is a little bit of detour, but this is the I don't know what this is. This is one of the new Magnificent Beast.
I just want a little bit. Yeah, so it's says it's the first time they've ever done this. It's finished in a rum cask. Which
Does it say what kind of rum?
it does not. I was looking for that, and another article might say that. But the one that I was looking at did not say it. So it's rum finished, bottled at 95 proof in a 375 milliliters. I want to say they're like $120 too.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're expensive.
Mm.
We don't get them in Minnesota.
No, is it exclusive to Kentucky?
No, because I see people getting them in Texas all the time.
Oh,
They're not distributed here.
okay.
Yeah, so it's finished for 6 months in rum barrels. That the rum was in there for at least 4 years. So, I mean, the rum was in there for a while.
I'd love to know if it was like a Caribbean rum, Barbados, Jamaican,
It's Foursquare.
Foursquare. That's the kind of stuff I'm interested in.
I know. I would, and I don't know if that information's out there. I wasn't able to find it. So, yeah. And then the other thing that I was looking at was the Penelope just announced their second release of the Straight Rye Whiskey Toasted series.
Interesting.
What
can you tell us about that?
Well, apparently it was pretty good because it scored 99 points and winning double gold at the San Francisco World Spirit Competition. So it's probably pretty good. It's 95 rye, 5% malted barley in freshly toasted barrels.
How many toasteds have we had? I know I've had your Penelope bourbon toasted. I don't know if I have. I didn't think. Like, to me, the Woodford toasted, or the double oak, is the pinnacle.
What about the Yellowstone toasted?
I don't remember if I've had it.
You have. I don't think we've had it on episode, but
I think it obviously didn't stand out to me. But I mean, I don't know. The Elijah Craig toasted, I think, is a downgrade from the regular one.
Mm-hmm.
It's more expensive than regular Elijah Craig. It's okay.
That Magnificent Beast is really good.
It's very appley. To me. Like, I get a lot of apple.
I get a lot of something.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yep, apple. Like a green apple. What is it?
This is so they released 2. I'm so bad at reading cursive. I don't even know what this is.
Couldn't help
this is
either.
This blend from Crowded Barrel. It's 40% 4-year-old malt whiskey finished in Fino casks from Virginia Distillery. Also 40% 4-year-old malt whiskey finished in Oloroso cask from the Virginia Distillery. And then finally 20% 13-month unsmoked malted whiskey from Del Bach in Arizona.
Interesting.
Oh, this is blend 2. Dang it. So this is these are the first Magnificent Beast series out of Crowded Barrel that hasn't been blended from Daniel Winnington.
Right.
So this was Irene Irene Tan. Oh man, I hope I got that last name right. But Irene, who's been on the Whiskey Tribe 4 videos, she's taken over blending. And this is the first release that she's done for them. She's done a lot of other whiskey related things. She owns her own liquor store now and blends a lot for other releases too. And Whiskey Shaman did a interview episode with Irene that was very good, and I listened to that, and go check that out. But it was for sure. It was very interesting. She does, I forget what the blend she did with New York distillate from I think it was Kings County distillate.
Okay.
Blended it herself and then bottled it and sold some of that. But yeah, so this is there's a sister release to that bottle that I have too that we can at some point try. But
that is fantastic.
I think it's, you know, it's good. It's different from the first two, and I think it needed to be different. The other ones have a very heavy base of Balcones in it.
Okay.
And while that is a style I prefer because of I love the coffee notes that a lot of like the Westland, Westward, Balcones profiles carry. So I usually gravitate towards that, but I think this did need a way to differentiate itself. So it's wonderful.
That's
good.
I'm surprised. It's definitely very good.
I don't know if you probably can go get another one if you go to Austin, but that's probably
if I go to Austin.
If you go to Austin,
probably not.
I like it though. It's got that.
It's almost like
it's like a smoked apple.
But there's also
a little bit of
like
cinnamon.
right before the apple hits, there's like a little dark chocolate.
Yeah,
like that little tiny bitter dark chocolate.
To me, it's almost more like the wax of the skin of the apple.
Okay. Yeah, that.
But
could
I do see the chocolate note you're referring to. Yeah. Well, yeah, that was the news section. Was that it?
Yeah, just kind of
right.
Some interesting things that I saw.
That concludes this news section. We're going to get back to the main thing. Here's the transition music. And we're back from the transition music. Have you heard our transition music yet?
I don't think so.
You don't even listen to this podcast.
No, I don't.
Well, don't be like Liquor Boy, and please continue listening to us, like and subscribe, and so you can hear any new additions to our podcast if new ones come. But so getting into the main episode, probably whatever the title of this is called, there has been a little bit of a stir brewing on the YouTube community.
Yeah.
And it's all kind of going around one particular bottle from one particular brand.
Yep.
And of course, we're referring to the old granddad rumors of discontinuing the 114. I have my own opinions on that. I've listened to a lot of other people's opinions on that. I have not, which I should have, watched the original video that kind of stirred this up. I believe it was Bourbon Real Talk did the first video on it. So go check him out, please. And this is not a dig at anyone.
I did watch most of that video.
Oh, good. He watched most of it. That's good. He doesn't listen to this podcast, but he'll watch someone else's material.
Oh, yeah. And I think what I got out of it was he was kind of going along the same lines as you. Just kind of...
As far as what? The Bourbon Real Talk was going off the same lines as me as far as...
not understanding why they would discontinue it.
Sure, but why? So, in the position I'm in, I didn't watch it.
Yep.
Where I watched the Bourbon Junkies had a kind of response, not a response directly to Bourbon Real Talk, but kind of a response to the rumors. And what they brought out is it seemed like it was all based off of, or the speculation was based off of a particular article that was published from someone that I forget what the article exactly was about, but there was a specific sentence that might have been structured that it just gave it gave readers kind of the wrong idea. Like it was structured in a way that kind of sounded like it was being discontinued, but it wasn't actually necessarily maybe the point of that that sentence or the article even.
So from how I understood it was the guys at Bourbon Real Talk, someone read that article and then contacted them, asking them if that was true.
The writers of the article or Jim Beam?
What do you mean?
Who contacted who?
One of their viewers contacted the Bourbon Real Talk guys, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yep. Then that's where the YouTube...
that's where they got the information, and then they made a video on that. And, yeah, as far as I remember, he was kind of, didn't really understand why they would discontinue it. Because, I mean, there's no reason that they would.
So this plays off of my memory is so terrible, but where's the bottle? The Bookers. There was something happening with the Bookers. There was like a new release in the works or a change to it that they're thinking that they wouldn't have enough whiskey produced to sustain both the 114 and this possible one.
Yep.
And that was part of it. But the comment that you were referencing, and Bourbon Junkies did a better synopsis on this than what I'm about to cover. But the comment was from someone that claims to have some sort of connection to Jim Beam, obviously, with what he's claiming. But they said that they were going to stop distilling, which doesn't make sense because it's the same recipe, I believe, as Basil Hayden, but it's also the 80 proof Old Grandad. It's the 100 proof Bottle and Bond Old Grandad. So it would take a lot more than just, to stop producing, because you'd be killing off more than just the 114 if you completely stop producing the. Anyways, I'm getting off track, and he might have been accurate with what he's saying, because there's a lot of times that people do like runs of ryes, and they'll do it for like a couple weeks and then stop for the rest of the year. So it could have just been like, we're stopping production on distillation for the year of this because they don't need to make more of that mash bill because they have enough.
Yep.
So it's not like the product's not getting discontinued possibly. It just might be we're stopping the distillation for this time, and they'll pick it up later on. But because a lot of places do that with different mash bills, especially at ryes and stuff.
Okay.
They'll just pick it up, stop for, a little bit, because you're about efficiency. So you're running these as high efficiency as you can, these distillery plants, for as long as you absolute need to, and then you'll go on to your next mash bill and you produce that as long as you need to with the most efficiency. You're not going to Wednesday's a rye day and Thursdays are weeded mash bill day.
Yep.
Like, no, you're going to run it until you need it and then switch over to whatever else.
Yeah.
So that could be what the implication was, and not necessarily that, hey, we're ending this. So even if the comment was true, also it came from a YouTube comment.
Yeah, it was. there's many things that are a little
there's no reason to really get rid of the 114, because I mean it would just leave a void if they got rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What else do you think? I'm trying to think of more points that were brought up in the video.
I don't know.
It doesn't seem there's been no official statement, which doesn't mean there will be, but this has been a rumor that's been going on for like 7 years.
Yeah, I think the first one was in either 2017 or 2019.
Why has it been going on so long?
I have no idea.
It seems like it's a thing to do every couple of years. Somebody creates a rumor that Old Granddad 114 is getting discontinued, and you need to go buy them. There's no reason to assume it's getting discontinued. There's not been any concrete evidence on that. Just
there's been
one YouTube comment based off of some other article that might have been worded incorrectly.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're just making speculation videos on it now.
Yeah, no official statement released by Beam. And they said even if they were actually discontinuing it, there probably wouldn't be an actual release from like a press release.
There would be something. There would be some form of.
That's just what I heard from the video. So
yeah,
well,
I don't buy it. Yeah, I don't know. There's not like, I think it's just a coincidence. All this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's people are trying to drum up hype for the 114. So many people already love that brand for a budget, sipper.
Mm-hmm.
But
should we sip on it?
Yeah, we should. I think we should try it. 114. But obviously, this was a quick coverage of what's going on. If you are interested in it, go check out the Bourbon Junkies video and the Daily Sipper. What did I say? What was the YouTube channel?
Bourbon Real Talk.
Bourbon Real Talk. I wonder if I should get a new glass.
Yeah, I think I should have.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a new glass. What?
I'll drink it later. Can I get a new glass?
Too late for you.
Okay.
We got a finite amount of glasses.
All I smell is malt.
I smell a malt.
That bottle was about half full when I put it in my backpack, and I guess
it just leaked out.
I guess so, because I pulled it out of my bag and it was just soaking
upside
wet.
down?
No, and my bag didn't even fall over or anything.
You got the limited edition Virtue Spirits discontinued now. This is a collector's piece. If you know, you know.
I don't know.
Yep, he doesn't know. And he will never. I forgot my water.
That sucks.
Man, this is very peanutty. It's good.
Yeah, it is. It is just.
I would like to one day do a blind flight between Booker's, the 114, and then maybe like in the Knob Creek 120, like a single barrel or something. And then like even now the Jim Beam single barrel is a 108. That's pretty good too.
I haven't had that one.
That's something we're gonna have to look into. It's like I just feel like I only have one of the regular Bookers now, and it's the Kentucky Tea Batch, which it's like a year and a half, 2 years old now.
Yeah, almost 2 years old.
I don't have a need to go out and buy the current ones.
The 2022 batches 1 through 4, those were spot on. Those were really good. The 2023, I didn't have any of them, but everyone kind of said they kind of fell off. They fell off.
Well, and that's the problem. It's just for the money. It's like around $100.
Mm-hmm.
They're on the high end 7 years old, usually more 6.
Well, I mean, usually. Oh no, yeah. I'm thinking of the little book, but yeah.
And then the proofing is like a 60 to 65. And it fluctuates obviously. There's just not a good reason. Well, I don't think it's overpriced for the flavor that it's giving me. I feel like in a lot of people too. I think if they blinded it, they would probably find that the 120 Nom Creek single barrels or just like even I guess that's a 12-year cask strength, so I can't.
Yeah, it's a little
really
different.
Compare that, but if it's just down to proof, I think there's other things because it just doesn't have the. I feel like the character it needs for that price point.
Right.
And the old Grandad 114 could be something to compete with a run-of-the-mill Booker's.
And it's only $30.
Yeah. Well, who am I to say that? We'll have to do a blind and find out for real. It's a good pour.
I could definitely...
There's nothing wrong with it.
I could totally have this as a daily drinker.
And a lot of people do.
Mm-hmm.
It's very peanutty. You brought something else, though, didn't you?
I do have something else.
Ooh.
You want to know what it is?
Yeah, I want to know what it is. Does the audience want to know what it is?
They might want to know what it is.
They might want to know.
It's Old Grandad 114 from 1986. I got it from a unknown source. Verified source, though. I saw the bottle.
Am I going to die?
That was my plan all along.
So, let's see. When did National Distiller sell off Old Grandad?
No idea.
You know who I'm referring to?
Slightly.
So, National Distiller was the owners of the brand prior to Jim Beam. And they got bought up. There's a very short synopsis of that. If you don't know who National Distiller is, you should look that up because they were the creators of some of the best whiskey known to man, bourbon specifically, I should say. Have you heard of the chessmen pieces? The decanters?
Yes, I have.
That's National Distiller.
Okay.
They also were making Old Crow when it was still a premium brand prior to Jim Beam.
Mm-hmm.
Did a lot of history with that. It was very interesting, but they kind of died out. So all these brands were purchased by Beam and then kind of stripped of their quality. But let's see, what was I looking up? When did buy Old Grandad? To the Google. According to Wikipedia, trusted site, high schoolers everywhere. In 1987, National Distillers Group sold the spirits business to the Fortune Brands Holding Company, which became Jim Beam. So 1987. What's that?
1986.
Oh.
So this is still...
It's technically National Distiller.
That's pretty sweet.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Whoa. I can't really use this glass as a...
Do you want it? I can give you a new one.
I would like one.
Right now I don't have to be distracted from you. So the Jim Beam Old Grandad, the Jim Beam OGD is very peanutty, kind of a peanut brittle, dusty shell on the nose. Whereas the National Distiller Old OGD is like butterscotch. Butterscotch or caramel or...
I'm getting really heavy Sharpie.
I understand what you're saying. But to me, it
I could be misinterpreting that. And
no,
it
no,
actually
you're not.
Because
now I understand what you're saying. But to me, it is. God dang, you ruined that notion for me. Because it was butterscotch, and now it's Sharpie. Apparently, I think Sharpie smells like butterscotch.
I think I was nosing it a little too hard.
It smells like honey. It smells like... You can't just pull out the honey whenever you feel like it.
If I don't...
It's like a butterscotch. Still, I'm going to just nail... I agree with you. To me, it's more of a butterscotch with a... sandalwood. I think if you combine butterscotch and sandalwood, you get the Sharpie note.
Now smelling it after a couple of seconds, it is very, very heavily butterscotch.
She fruity. Isn't the brain a brilliant thing for subjective hearing? Not hearing.
Smelling?
What am I thinking of? I say a word, you hear it, then you're like, oh yeah, it's there. What's that called?
Couldn't tell you.
I wish Zach was here. Zach's
the brains of the podcast.
Zach, I don't know this word.
Well, actually.
Yep. Carter's a sex appeal. That's why they come. I'm not sure what I do.
Everything
I'm the guy
else.
that carries... Yeah, I'm the editor. The guy in the chair. I'm going to taste the Jim Beam OGD before...
All right. Okay, yeah.
Just one more time. I need a palate refresher.
It's much different than that glass.
That's funny. Than the tainted one. It's more like a liquid peanut brittle on the taste.
Mm-hmm.
The finish kind of trails off. Doesn't leave you with a whole lot. It's not super oily. It's definitely good for the pricing.
Oh,
not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very curious on the National Distiller.
I need to get a drink of water.
Here, can you pour some in my empty? The water bucket. That's good. All right.
All right.
1986 called. I do like the way it smells, though. It's just a very...
It's very different.
It's not like the other bourbons where they're kind of very not what am I trying to say? They're like, there's more character and depth in this nose.
It's darker, too.
I'm sure it's older than whatever this is. Probably can't see that. Yeah, it is. It is more amber. All right. That tastes like old whiskey.
Whoa.
Why does it remind me of Michter's products?
It is so vanilla-y.
It reminds me of Michter's 10-year single barrel. That's really good.
That is fantastic. Oh, you get the butterscotch on the...
There's no Jim Beam profile at all. I don't know what I was expecting, but no nuttiness. It is very rich brown sugar, caramel, vanilla. All the typical flavors you associate with an older bourbon. Not like a vintage bourbon, but just like an old age-stated bourbon. It drinks like it's a 10-year-old bourbon. At least.
I wonder if there's any...
Was this 114?
Yeah.
It's the same 114. All right.
I have a picture of the actual bottle.
I would love to see the picture.
Yeah. That is.
It's completely different.
Oh. It's not even close to the same.
No.
I gotta find it now.
What does it remind me of? It's a. Oh, you know what?
What?
I know what this reminds me of. Yes, it does remind me of Michter's. This tastes just like a slightly different amount of sarsaparilla that I get from the Backbone Wave Stave Bourbon Junkie pick.
Okay.
Just toned down a little bit, which is fantastic. I love that barrel. Oh, man. Right. So now the only whiskeys that I've been able to find with that sarsaparilla heavy note is a single barrel from the Bourbon Junkies.
Yep.
No shot at getting another one. And an old Granddad 114 from 1986.
I gotta find this picture. Oh. It's a video of him pouring it.
So it's not even opened yet. So
No,
it's
it
got
was
a little
unopened.
bit of evaporation, it looks like.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm happy to say there's no like saponification flavors. Is there like a still image of the back of the bottle or anything?
Ooh.
Yeah, that cork is gone.
Really?
Oh, this is so, I'm sure this is so interesting for the audio listeners and the video listeners.
Oh, look at that cork.
It's just black on the bottom. Holy cow. Yeah, it is one piece. It's a two-tone color.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's good. How much was the sample that you you got?
Want to say it was $30
For 2 ounces?
1 ounce.
Oh, that's a 1 ounce bottle.
Yeah. I think it's worth it. Just to try it.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's really good. Man, I would love to get more of those Wave Stave Backbone picks because that's what it reminds me of. Oh man, I would say that like if you can't get a hold of a vintage old Granddad, try to find like a Wave Stave Backbone.
What is a wave stave?
So it's perfect actually, kind of. So I mean, here's a stave that I just happen to have. You have the normal charring here, and what a wave stave is it adds grooves into the inside of the staves.
Okay, so it's literally just a wave in the wood.
Yes, and there's different versions of that, but it's the most basic is adding additional surface area to the inside of the barrel, and then they're charring it also. So it makes the barrel more expensive, obviously, but in theory adds more surface area for the whiskey. So it's kind of like just making a smaller barrel because there's more surface area to volume.
Right.
You could just do that with a smaller barrel, but for some reason the wood stave, a 53 wood stave finish is just magical in at least that particular instance. But the Jack Daniel Sinatra apparently is also a type of wave stave
Okay.
finish, I believe. I'm like 90% sure on that. And I used to think that it was something they tried a little bit later ago for some reason.
For the Jack Sinatra?
No, like it was an older. It was supposed to make it taste like old whiskey, like
okay.
like Jack Daniels in the 1950s.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I forget if it was just to get a different and more rich flavor, or if it was mimicking some process that was occurring before. I think it was just more trying to mimic a older whiskey in less time. But I'm on board for wave stave finishing. Like I want to find more of them.
Oh yeah, no, I've had the backbone pick. It is fantastic.
Yeah, sarsaparilla. It's like 60% ABV. It's just sarsaparilla, root beer, amazing. Just
I mean this is probably in my top 5 things I've ever had.
it's good. Yeah, it's really good.
So when I got it, I was kind of worried that it was going to be a waste of money. But now, after you looked it up, realizing that it was, what company was it? National Distilling Group?
National Distillers. Yep.
I mean, it's
a piece of history.
Yeah.
It's from a ghost distillery. It's dead distillery.
Yeah.
Not like a ghost kitchen, ghost distillery. But no, I think it was a very fun thing to try, especially side by side to the Jim Beam OGD, which is completely different.
I don't even want the regular stuff now.
It's actually kind of fun to go back to it because now it's like a weird soda.
Whoa.
Like combining like just the flavors that were left from the National Distillers one, going back to it, it's kind of like a weird Dr. Pepper thing.
Yeah. It's
kind of delicious.
Yeah, like a creamy, spicy little.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna mix the two. No, that was. I am very.
Can I get some more water?
Satisfied with the result of that purchase.
No, it was great. Well, I think I'm happy to say that it doesn't seem like Old Granddad's going to disappear. So the budget, the savior of the budget series that we know as far as a decently high proof at 114 doesn't appear that it's going anywhere. So rest assured, your daily sipper should still be there come tomorrow. There was one other thing I wanted to do. I don't know how do you feel about, do you want to try on this episode the new Heaven Hill Grain to Glass, the rye? Or do you want to save that?
I think we should save it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should save it. We've tried a lot on this episode.
I agree.
And I think we should finish it off with the 1986 OGD. Just keep it at that.
Savor it.
I literally poured myself like an eighth of an ounce, and I still.
Should we kill that sample?
No.
I think we should kill that sample.
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm saving it.
Yes.
Hey, you got to try it.
We'll do something special on the next episode.
I'll think about it. I paid $30 for an ounce of whiskey. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. Okay. Okay.
Oh, this water's good.
This whiskey's better.
Let's see. So I think just kind of shoot the breeze a little bit here since we're waiting for pizza. What I would like to do, I think, going forward is once a month try to do a live stream.
Yeah.
What's your thought on that?
I hate being on camera, so first instinct is heck no. But Why not?
I just want to get back into. It's on me. I'm the one that edits this. I know that. Like, no one else is going to do it. And I'm not mad at anyone. I didn't expect that. I just have not been good at getting these released. I feel bad, especially because the next episode, it'll be out by the time this airs. But the episode I have yet to edit and the current time recording is the Whiskey Shaman's blind he had sent us.
Oh, that's right.
I need to get that done. That is my plan to get that done this weekend. But I want to get back onto kind of more daily or regular uploads.
Mm-hmm.
And with the regular uploads, if I can accomplish that, I would like to incorporate a once a month live stream to this channel. And I don't know, we'll just kind of do something like, a sample flight,
mm-hmm.
or I love the way junkies do it, bourbon junkies. So, I don't even think that they would say that they are the inventors of the way they do it.
Right.
They just, shoot the breeze, try some samples. If we get games to do, we'll do that, or just new bottles. So I think we just do that once a month.
Yeah.
At least an hour. We just see how long it goes for.
Yeah.
Do it on a day that we kind of just don't really care when we end. So it should be on pretty much every platform. YouTube. We were actually going to live stream right after this at some point.
Yeah, we were. But Dylan screwed it up.
Apparently, after you do all the authentication process on YouTube, you get all that set up, you hit go live, and then it hits you with a 24-hour wait period. Unacceptable.
Yeah, that's a little interesting, but
ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
So, I mean, it if we did it, it already happened, but I think we'll do we'll try an Instagram live for kind of warm up.
Sure.
And then maybe next month we'll plan something. I don't know.
Should get the other guys on here then.
I'd love to do it here. And then we just leave all the equipment. We have all the bottles that we can do stuff with, but we'd have to get like a stand-up table.
I don't know how we'd get it in here. We'll figure something out.
Standing room only. Oh, we could do it at your place too.
Might be a while till we can.
Oh yeah,
do that. Our whole bar is completely torn apart right now. We had with those big storms that we've had the last couple months. The power's gone out like 6 times and killed our lights.
Oh,
so everything is torn apart right now, trying to put up new lights. So it's kind of a mess. And of course, right after I took full inventory of all of our stuff, after I just took everything off, inventoried it, put it back, I had to do it all again.
Yeah, we still got to finish the inventory in here.
That's going to be a while. Maybe we can do that while we wait for pizza.
I wish I could. I don't know how to do it. Because, talking about getting a different camera, I don't know if the new camera would even fix it necessarily. I'd love to be able to incorporate some of the shelving in it.
Oh, right.
Because, I look kind of cool.
Yeah.
And, but it's all out of view right now. So I don't know if there is a good way to have that in the shot at all. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is, we won't be in this room forever.
No, we won't.
So I'm gonna have to move. So I'm not sure what the studio is gonna be like.
Hopefully bigger.
Maybe. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Hopefully,
yeah.
We can be hopeful
for sure. Well, I think that's gonna do it. This seems like a good conclusion.
Yeah.
So
got a little cliffhanger for the next episode that. New Heaven Hill grain to glass. Have some interesting stories on that. So
yeah, so hopefully, I don't know if the next episode will be the version of the live stream we did on Instagram. Maybe we'll do those more in the future. So follow us on Instagram if that's something you want to see. We'd love to see you there and hear from you. So next week, if there's an episode, it should be the Instagram live version. Otherwise, that means I didn't figure out how to record that properly and upload to the podcast.
We will figure out all that pretty soon.
Yep. It'll be moments for us, but a lifetime for you, the viewer. Well, thanks for joining us on this episode of the Whiskey House Pub House. We hope you found this entertaining. If you have any questions, suggestions, just want to say hi. If you watch on Spotify, I think you can just send those messages directly to us. Otherwise, we have an email, whiskeyhousepubhouse@gmail.com. As I said before, we have an Instagram. Check us out there. But that's going to do it for this episode finally, and we'll see you next time.